How can Marfan syndrome be corrected before or during pregnancy? This is more of a Dr. Farkas question.
Okay, so I'm married to her, so I'll give it a try. So Marfan syndrome, I wasn't here for her talk. I was seeing patients. Marfan syndrome is a congenital abnormality where the connective tissue in the body gets frail and doesn't stick together. And one of the two big problems that we see in the heart are that the mitral valve can leak and you can get aortic dissection. So in pregnancy, well, let me start. Regardless of pregnancy, there's no way of getting rid of Marfan syndrome. You're born with it, it's a genetic abnormality, and you have it. What we need to try to do is to mitigate the risk. So there are a variety of things that we do in different situations, including during pregnancy, to monitor things. One of the critical things is, as my talk suggested, is looking at the size of the aorta, because we know that the risk of that aorta tearing, dissecting, is related to its size, and we have good guidelines. So if we have someone who is planning a pregnancy, as an example, one of the things we would advise the patient is careful surveillance as far as the size of their aorta, because in some cases, if it's at a critical level, you might advise, for instance, a patient to not become pregnant until the aorta is fixed, as an example. So when we see patients in the congenital heart disease clinic, as an example, one of the things we urge women, if they're in the age group where they could become pregnant, is to have a discussion with us ahead of time so that they don't put themselves and their potential offspring at risk with an unexpected pregnancy. So what I would say is the thing we don't want to have is someone who has something like Marfan syndrome becoming pregnant and then coming to see us. That's the wrong order. You need to come to see us beforehand so we can discuss the risks of pregnancy and what we can do to mitigate the risk. So discovering it once you're pregnant or coming in once you're pregnant is the wrong order. So that's, as Dr. Goh pointed out, as I pointed out, as one of our speakers pointed out, discovering this ahead of time really helps so that we can plan down the road.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the Rock from the Heart community and for joining us today. Your presence and engagement make a huge difference in raising awareness and building a stronger support network for those affected by aortic and heart valve disease. Thank you so much for attending today.